Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Margot. So this is my first YouTube video and I did want to film it on my DSLR, but I haven't quite figured out how to do the audio with that because it just didn't sound good. I did try, it didn't sound good. So I'm just using my phone to kind of vlog, if you will, this whole video. But pretty much kind of what I wanted to talk about with this video and with future videos that hopefully I'll be making is sustainability and my journey to zero waste. I'm trying to transition to zero waste right now. So this week, what I kind of documented was my experience going into different grocery stores, the different things that I found, the challenges that I faced in trying to shop plastic free, trying to shop in bulk, stores that had some pros and cons with the bulk section, as you'll kind of see later in the video. But I just kind of wanted to open up the door for sustainability and for talking about zero waste and trying to make it a more accessible, attainable thing that is something that we can all strive for. And there are different ways that we can do that, like using your own grocery bags, but that includes like not using the plastic produce bags or the plastic bulk bags. I just kind of wanted to talk about some of those things. I also threw in, like, I'm trying to grow some plants right now, so there are a couple of clips of those. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll kind of like show you what I did with my week and maybe help you if you are trying to go zero waste, see what challenges you might face, or if you have any questions or advice that you could give me while I'm trying to kind of go about this. I'm totally welcome and open to all those things. But yeah, here it goes. My green onions are starting to grow with just water. Alright, so I am headed to the store to buy my groceries. I am doing no plastic, obviously. I'm gonna see what I can get from the 99-cent store. I know that they do sometimes have produce in bulk. And then from there, I'll see what else I need from Sprouts, and hopefully I can pick all of it up there. And hopefully it's not too much more expensive than what I'm used to. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited. So these are my grocery bags today. I'm just gonna bring in one and we'll see what they have. The sun is pretty harsh in here. I was able to get 3 of the things that were on my list in there. There were other options. I got a pineapple, 6 bananas, and 3 avocados. There were options for things like winter squash they had in bulk as well, and they had mangoes, and I think it was 2 variations of mangoes as well that I could have bought in bulk. They had some bell peppers, but I already have some of those at home, so I didn't want to buy any more because I need to use the ones that I have first. But overall, like, I was pretty pleased. I kind of knew what to expect because I've shopped at 99-cent only since I moved out here. But yeah, it went pretty well. It wasn't expensive. It was less than $10, so thumbs up for that. Next, we are gonna head to Sprouts. I have made it to Sprouts. I'm gonna go inside. Hopefully I won't die because of how expensive I perceive it to be, which I feel like I might because I've been shopping at 99-cent only since I moved here, but I think I'll just end up buying less. I think I overbuy anyway when I shop for myself, especially when I go to the 99-cent store, just because I think everything is so cheap. I just like buy more than I need instead of thinking about what I actually need for that week. So I think I'll just buy what I need for the recipes that I have planned and not overbuy and buy things I don't need. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how it's gonna go, but... Okay, so I am back from Sprouts. Well, I'm in my car in the Sprouts parking lot, and I managed to get everything on my list, except I ran into 3 problems. 2 of the problems were the same. I don't know what to do about fresh herbs. Every fresh herb comes in a plastic container, and my whole frickin' meal plan for the week revolved around my ability to use 2 of these herbs, which were basil and chives. I did cave and buy those 2 things. The basil I bought as a plant, so I'm gonna just buy a freaking pot and repot it. I'm gonna head over to Goodwill right now and see if I can find some jars and stuff like that. The chives, I was so frustrated because they weren't the kind that has roots, so I can't just regrow them. Like, I've been trying to regrow my green onions, so that was really frustrating. I am mad that I bought them, but I am more frustrated that that option wasn't available to me. So I'm guessing, like, basically just how you overcome that is by growing your own. And for me, who doesn't have access to a yard, I literally just have a balcony. I'm gonna have to like go buy seeds, and like it'll be extra work, and then I have to wait for them to be like harvestable. So it's frustrating that that isn't something that I was able to kind of overcome. The other problem that I ran into was chia seeds. I really wanted to buy chia seeds and they didn't have chia seeds in bulk. I called Whole Foods to see if they sold chia seeds in bulk, also to see if they sold basil or chives in bulk, and they do not. Frustrating. So I don't know where to get chia seeds because all of the chia seeds were in plastic in Sprouts. How do you buy chia seeds? They had like 8 different kinds of flax seeds and flax meal, but they didn't have any chia seeds, so that was really frustrating. They also didn't sell flour in bulk, which is really frustrating. They only sold like garbanzo bean flour, and I was like, I just want regular flour. I want regular ass flour. I don't want this garbanzo bean flour. Anyway, those are the 2 issues I ran into. I'm gonna go to Goodwill. I'm also gonna go to Ralph's because the checkout lady at Sprouts told me she thinks she's seen basil in bulk at Ralph's. So I'm gonna go there because that's literally right across the street. Then I'm gonna go to Goodwill, and then I'm gonna go home. But I also wanted to point out that all of the groceries that I bought for my whole week actually were still within budget for me. My budget is $25 to $35 a week, and I think it came out to about $32, which I did not expect. I expected it to be so much more expensive, and it wasn't. And I think I was just more conscious about the quantities I was buying. I wasn't buying more than I needed. I was keeping in mind everything that I already have at home instead of when I go to the 99-cent store, and I don't do that. I don't keep in mind of everything that I already have, and I just like buy things even if I don't need them. Oh, but I was also pleased. Oh my gosh, this is too many tangents. I was pleased that Sprouts does have shaved coconut in bulk that is unsweetened, which was a huge win for me. I love to put that on my smoothie bowls. It's so delicious. So yeah, now we're gonna go to Ralph's. I'm gonna see if what she said was true, and then we'll go to Goodwill, and then we'll go home so my groceries don't die in this really hot car. So while they did not have basil or chives in bulk, they did have chia seeds in bulk. So my chia seed problem has been solved. My basil chives problem has not been solved, but they did have a plethora of other herbs that were fresh, that were not packaged in plastic. So they had like rosemary and watercress and mint, and I think a few others as well. They did not have basil or chives. Sad. At least I know that I have access to those. You can literally find rosemary everywhere around here. The company down the street from me grows it. I could literally pick it up on my way home from school for free. But needless to say, it's cool that Ralph's has that, at least has a few other spices, so if I did need those. I think they had oregano too. So that was cool. They didn't have what I needed though, so I'm gonna have to probably go buy a pot for this plant, and then probably buy other just plants of basil or plants of chives, which come in freaking plastic, unless I buy like the seeds, but then the seeds take so long. But it'd be nice to have plants around, so like I guess I'll just buy some seeds. I should have bought seeds when I was in Ralph's. I don't know what I'm doing. They had some in Sprouts too, and I didn't buy them there. Okay, so aside from donating my clothes, there wasn't really anything at Goodwill that I needed. In terms of food storage, I did see like this cool thing. It's something that would hold like flour or sugar, but it was kind of small. It was only like this tall, but it was like very big around. It just wasn't big enough for me. Like, I don't really have refined sugar in my house. Flour, I'd want to put in a bigger container than that, and it was opaque, which I didn't really like. I kind of want to see like everything that I have. So I guess either I'll make another trip to Goodwill in the future, or just kind of wait until we use like a pickle jar, because we have like 8 pickle jars in the fridge right now. Like, I don't know why we have so many. But yeah, oh, earlier I also forgot to mention, I don't know if you guys noticed, I bought single bananas, which actually promotes less waste. They go bad faster and they just get thrown away. So if you're going to the store and you're buying bananas, especially someone like me who freezes, I freeze almost all my bananas. I don't really eat them just to eat them. So I am just gonna go and freeze them when they get a little bit more ripe, I don't know. So I just bought 6 single bananas. So if you have that option, you can buy like bananas by the each. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that's a really good way. That's like small, but it does help reduce food waste. So buy single bananas, yeah. Also, Ralph's was out of chia seeds. They did have chia seeds, but they were out. So they also didn't have like reusable bulk bags. But Ralph's, their dark chocolate almonds are vegan, which the ones at Sprouts are not. So in the bulk section, which made me really happy. So I'll definitely be buying those as well in the future. But today was like a huge eye-opener. I never even thought about like how much plastic surrounded just my produce, because you think like, oh, I follow a vegan diet, I'm like, oh, I'm helping like reduce whatever, I'm helping the planet because I eat this way, but I am producing like obscene amounts of plastic just from my groceries and my produce. Like, I was looking in the store and like they wrap like saran wrap around anything but like cucumbers. I'm just like, the cucumber doesn't need this, like, I think it's like cellophane. I don't want to be wrong about that, but like basically a saran wrap plastic that goes around this, like a shrink wrap. Like, the cucumber doesn't need that. Like, we don't need that. We don't need mushrooms in these like styrofoam containers or with the saran wrap on top. We don't need these like huge tubs of like spinach and arugula and kale because it's like baby kale or whatever. Like, can we just make everything bulk, please? Like, I was so frustrated, especially with the herbs. I was like, is there no way for me to buy fresh herbs like in bulk unless I go to a farmer's market and then maybe would be able to find some? Like, it shouldn't be that hard. Not everybody can like grow things or has the time or the energy. Anyway, it was a huge eye-opener because there were a lot of things I never thought about before that now I just like look at a piece of plastic and I'm like, but I do think I'll be eating healthier if I cut out plastic. I've already been eating like a very like nutritious, healthful diet, but I think it'll even be more so with cutting out things that are in plastic and things that just cuts out any processed food. Really, I just wouldn't really be eating processed food, and if I want something like cookies or whatever else, like crackers, I don't know, I'll just like have to make it. And so in that case, it's gonna be better for me than something processed I would buy anyway that's who knows where it's been. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of like, I never really thought about how much plastic went into just my produce. It was just a big wow. It was a big wow moment, definitely. Okay, so it is the next day. I just went to Whole Foods to see their bulk section and see how it varied from Sprouts. I think Sprouts was pretty picked over when I went yesterday. I went to Whole Foods to see if they had reusable produce bags because Sprouts did not have those, and I'd really like to get some so that I'm not just putting my produce like right on the conveyor belt. I mean, like, I'm gonna wash it anyway, but still it'd be nice to like put it in a produce bag, especially because the spinach kind of felt like it wanted to fall out everywhere. I did also purchase a nut milk bag because I want to start making my own nut milk. I know that this is in plastic. My thought process on it was, if I order it online, it's also going to come in plastic, plus the shipping it takes to get out here, and it's a lot of waste. But in the long run, the amount of packaging that I'll be saving not buying nut milk from the store in cartons, or even they sell it in plastic too. I don't buy those, but I do buy the ones in cartons. The lid is plastic, the little pull tab is plastic. So I figure I buy this one thing in plastic and I will be saving so much in the future in terms of packaging. So I did do that, and then I also was really excited because they sold popcorn in bulk, and popcorn is easily one of my favorite snacks. It's not that bad for you, depending, sorry, I keep dropping this next to me, but I'll just throw it over there. But popcorn is one of my favorite snacks. It's not bad for you if you cook it the right way. You can also like season it, you can make it sweet or salty. It's just like a really fun snack, and I love having it around the house for like snacking purposes. So I recently ran out and I was really happy to find that, and I was hoping that Sprouts had it, but they didn't have it. So it's nice. Whole Foods also has like a lot of soaps that are packaging free, which is really cool. A lot of things are sold in jars and in glass. There is a lot of plastic, but their bulk section for produce was also really good. So I think next time I'm gonna go shopping, I'll go to Whole Foods instead, and maybe like I'll compare the prices of the two. So yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that today, but I had some time between classes, so I thought I might as well. But now I'm dying in the car, so I'm gonna head home. So yeah, bye. Also, here's another little update on my plants. You can see they're growing, they're definitely growing. I want to transplant them to soil as soon as I can. I haven't been able to make a trip to the Home Depot yet, but it's definitely working. I would 10 out of 10 try this at home. So I just went to Ralph's to get chia seeds in bulk, and they didn't have any. Again, they said they were gonna refill it, but I waited in the store for like 25 minutes, and then I just ended up getting some dark chocolate covered almonds. But I'm incredibly disappointed because my bag has a tear, I think that's how you say it, of 0.05 pounds, which they're supposed to subtract at checkout, or like bulk places do. So I like told the lady at the checkout, oh, like my bag has a tear of 0.05, and she's like, we don't do that. You can put it in something else and then like put it in the plastic bag and then put it in that bag, because we don't do that. And then I was like, all right, whatever, like I'm not gonna put it in the plastic, so just charge me what it is. So I'm gonna get overcharged for what I get every single time because they don't subtract the weight of the bag that I have. So I couldn't go there with jars either, that wouldn't work. I would just get overcharged because they would charge for the weight of the bag or the jar along with the weight of the food. So anytime I need chia seeds, I'm going to be overcharged, and that's really frustrating. Also, I forgot to mention this store. I found this really cool store. I didn't get a title sequence for it because I was with people both the times that I went, but it's called Super King, and they have so many bulk foods there. They have bulk produce, but they also just have food in bulk, which is really cool. I did go today and I asked them if they subtract the tear of your bulk bag or your bulk jar, and the cashier really didn't know what I was talking about. So it looks like I won't be getting my bulk grains and beans and stuff from there, but that was an option. And otherwise, the store was really cool. There was access to so many different kinds of fruits and vegetables that most traditional stores don't have. So that was just a really cool place that I found at the end of the week that I included. I haven't bought anything from there yet, but I'm definitely thinking about going back very soon when I need to go grocery shopping again. Little update on my plants. I put them all into soil, and I also bought some arugula seeds, which are in that one right there, and some basil seeds, which are in this one right here, and I'm trying to regrow my radish sprouts. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see.